Hey everyone, Tim here with Long Range Tactics, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Vortex AMG UH-1 Gen 2. So for testing purposes, I ran this on a 13.5-inch suppressed custom AR that I've run for a few years now. I've been running the new Huey on here for about 2 months, got a couple thousand rounds down range with this optic. So let's get into how it performed. So out of the box, you'll see that Vortex did a lot of milling to the housing, and that's to reduce weight of the optic. It also adds a lot of aesthetics to it. On the right-hand side, you have your windage and elevation, both on that side, and those knobs are recessed into the housing, so you don't need any type of cap or anything on top of them, which is nice. The buttons on the rear are nice and large, easy to press. They're also flush with the housing, so you don't have to worry about bumping them or anything. On the left side, you have your battery housing, and Vortex did an incredible job with this. They put this little flip-up tab on the cover, and it makes it toolless, so you don't need any type of tool to change your battery. It tells you what kind of battery it takes, the orientation of the battery. You also have your mount lever on this side, and it's a QD lever. It's a very solid mount, very easy to adjust. However, the downfall to this mount is it's part of the optic, and that's going to create issues with people who want to mount the optic a little bit higher. There's not going to be really an aftermarket mounting system available for it, and I think Vortex kind of shot themselves in the foot with that. You can add a riser to your rifle to elevate that optic. However, I think that it would have been really nice to be able to have those aftermarket options. You'll also see that Vortex got rid of the charging port that was on the side of the Gen 1 UH-1. I think that was a very smart idea on their part. Getting into the reticle, you have a 1 dot in the center, which is awesome. I love that. It's very accurate. It's got a 65 ring around it with some brakes in it, and those brakes are to make it so you're not obstructing a whole lot of your target. And then you've got your triangle at the bottom, which acts as another aiming point when you have your 5,200 yard zero. When you're up close, that triangle is going to act as your aiming point for your mechanical offset, and it works really, really well. Taking a look through the optic at the reticle, it was a little tough filming wise to get how crisp and clear that reticle really is. So it's not really blurry at all. It's very crisp, very clear. You can see around the housing, around the view window, the housing isn't real thick. It doesn't obstruct a lot of your vision downrange, doesn't obstruct a lot of your target. So this optic has made shooting fast, pretty easy. Your target acquisition is quick, and target to target transfers are also very quick. So this optic has been a lot of fun to shoot. One of the things that I looked for when I started shooting with this optic was if there was any type of distortion or dimming in the reticle while shooting from recoil, and I have not witnessed that at all. The reticle has not changed, it hasn't dimmed, it hasn't flickered or anything. It's held up really well over the rounds that I've put through it. The other really important thing that I wanted to check with this optic was how well it held its zero after taking a little bit of a beating. And I will tell you that this optic has been bouncing around in a patrol vehicle for a little while, and That hasn't done anything to its zero, but I wanted to bang it around a little bit, shoot a couple rounds, and it held its zero really, really well. I mean, a couple rounds, a little bit to the right, that was probably me at 50 yards unmagnified. So it did a really good job, and I haven't had any type of zero shift from cold, hot, or anything. The other major improvement that Vortex did with the Gen 2 is they added a night vision mode, finally. So this is filmed with a PVS 14 mounted behind the optic on the rifle, and just going to cycle through some of the brightness settings on the night vision mode. So you can see that the reticle stays very clear and crisp under night vision. Works really, really well. I'm super glad that Vortex added this with the new Gen 2. In this clip, I'm just hitting a little bit of illumination from the LA5 on the rifle. You don't get a whole lot of washout or anything from it. It's hard to tell in the video, but it does stay pretty clear. In this clip, I was just trying to obtain the reticle through some PVS 15s, and it's a little bit difficult to get that low. You can see when I pick my head up a little bit is where it would be comfortable. That's where it'd be nice for some aftermarket mounts and everything to raise that optic up. The new Gen 2 UH-1 has an MSRP from Vortex of $699. However, you do a little bit of research, you can find them a little bit cheaper than that, as for most optics and stuff on the market nowadays. And it makes it a great option that's not going to break the bank. All in all, the new Gen 2 UH-1 from Vortex Optics flat out performs. This optic is everything that everyone wanted to see in the Gen 1, and they managed to do it in the Gen 2. For this and more reviews on everything shooting and outdoors, check out longrangetactics.com, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.